right, Francesco with Team Stradale here, and I'm accompanied with our driver, Robert Cipriani. Say hello, Robert.
How's it going, guys?
We are at the inaugural World Finals at Spring Mountain for the Radical Cup Series. So the Radical Cup Series just ended, and they had the last race at Sonoma, but this is a special event. It's the World Finals, and it's the first time happening, and we are very proud to have at least 35 cars here in attendance, and Robert is a driver for Team Stradale, and I would like to hear, we just went into qualifying, we got first and third, and I'd love to hear from Robert what the track was like.
Yeah, so the Charleston Peak track is definitely a beast to tame. Coming here, in Illinois, we're not really used to elevation change. So going up and down these hills, it was definitely something to get used to. I have to pay credit to Mackay for kind of teaching me throughout the track. It was tough in the beginning, but with 3 ample hour test sessions, I think we were able to get the most out of our cars.
So the temperature here was about 38 degrees in the morning. You guys had 2 practice sessions. What was it like getting the tires and everything warmed up for this qualifying session?
Surprisingly, not too bad. As most would assume, it would take a while to get temperature in the tires with this oddly cold desert. But it wasn't too bad. I think after 3 laps, I got significant temperature, and I was able to put down a good time to get 3rd place.
So it's a brand new track for you. Tell me, what is your favorite turn so far?
I would have to say turn 10, which is called Nighthawk. It's kind of a dip down and then a dip up. It's really cool feeling like the compression on you and then the car getting light. Most of this track is really feels like a roller coaster, which is really cool.
So now Robert is running the 1340 car. We have the 3 classes of cars, the 1340cc engine, the 1500, and then the Platinum class, which is the SR10s. So what's it like for you out there with the mixed group of cars?
It's not too bad, honestly. This track, I think, rewards the lighter cars. So the 1340s and the 1500s really aren't separated by much. The SR10s do drag us on the straights, but we do catch up to them on the higher speed stuff.
Awesome. So how do you feel so far for the weekend? This is really day 1 of practice and qualifying. What's your outlook for the rest of the event?
Good. I think we have a really fast car. Jacob, my race engineer, did a phenomenal job setting it up. I'm pretty confident going into race 1, and we'll see what happens.
All right. Best of luck. Thank you. Yeah. Francesco Davila again with Team Stradale here at the Radical Cup World Finals at Spring Mountain. And again, we were talking earlier that this is the inaugural event. So very important event for Radical Cup and for all of the dealers and competitors in Radical. We are accompanied here today with Mackay Stevens, one of the drivers for Team Stradale, and also head instructor at the driving school back in Chicago. I'd love to hear from Mackay. What do you think so far about the track?
So far, everything's been absolutely phenomenal. In light of it, very surprising, very challenging, a tremendous mix between that of an aero dependency track as well as a mechanical grip circuit as well. So it's very
Great. So we had interesting temperature changes. Even though it's the desert out here, we've had 30 degrees climbing up to 60, 70 degrees. Tell me a little bit about that, the challenges associated with the temperature.
Absolutely. I mean, for those involved with motorsport, we understand that there's things that are in and out of our control at all times. So the weather throwing a bit of a curveball, i.e. being just outside of Las Vegas, is something we didn't expect. However, every time you put yourself out on course, there's a likelihood for the overall grip threshold to change based on the ambient temperature and how much radiant sun is on the tarmac.
Now, you've raced in GT cars, you've raced in Radicals, and tell us a little bit about something with this particular track. It's a different track. Not many people have actually driven on it yet. It's called the Charleston Peak. It's a new configuration at Spring Mountain. Tell us a little bit about the challenges with the actual circuit.
It demands absolutely everything from you, and I think that's what's quite unique about it. It'll spit you off. Let's say it puts you in the right place. It's a dose of humble pie from top to bottom, but it's a tremendous challenge. I think the Autobahn, actually our home circuit, fares well. It really prepares all of our drivers, and me included, for the challenges that we face out here, but it certainly has the high speed, the medium speed, the low speed. Requires patience and a little bit of guts.
Now, you did a tremendous job in practice and qualifying. You put it on pole for qualifying. It was a great feat, and tell us a little bit about the actual qualifying session, but also what are you hoping to accomplish in the first race today?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, first and foremost, it's shout out to Team Stradale, yourself included as well, for the opportunity to be here, and it's wonderful for the team itself to get out there and have an opportunity to showcase what they're worth, and so that's been really tremendous. In qualifying, there's a slight miscue on the driver standpoint, but the team's done a tremendous job in making sure the Chariot is ready, time out and time in and time again. Going into the race, we hope to withhold the position that we started in, and I'm sure it's going to be quite the battle from start to finish, but we're a strong unit and we'll give it all that we have.
Now, we talked to Robert earlier, and we were asking him what he felt about the mixed classes. You have the 1340, the 1500, and the Platinum, the SR10 class. Being in the 1340 class, how do you feel it's going to work out during the race? Because this is a little bit of a lighter car, lower on horsepower, but very nimble. How do you see yourself mixing it up with the other cars during the race?
Absolutely, and I think that's what, yet again, testament to the course here, Charleston Peak and Spring Mountain, that is. It's going to fare well for all pieces of machinery out there. Yet it's going to be quite the challenge when we get to the twisty bits, where maybe the lower horsepower cars can carry a higher minimum speed through the corners, where the big boys and girls got to slow themselves down a wee bit in order to make it through. However, we have all walks of life out there, from different backgrounds, different types of experiences, different goals and objectives as well. I think risk versus reward management is going to be something to keep in the back of our mind throughout the duration of the race. But if you see the opportunity, certainly make a move, but it's got to be in consideration for the greater good.
That's excellent. We have 3 actual races this weekend, lots of track time, but we have a bunch of heat races and different class events. So stay tuned for everything that's going to be happening here at Spring Mountain for the Radical Cup World Finals. One last shout out. You have an excellent looking driving suit on today. This is from HRX, our team out there that makes these suits from Italy, and it looks great. I'd like to shout out to Isla because she's an amazing person to work with, and she outfits pretty much 90% of the drivers out here with these HRX suits. They're phenomenal pieces of equipment, and we really love having them on board, so thank you to them. And also a big thank you to Spring Mountain for hosting this event, inaugural World Finals for Radical Cup. And best of luck to all the drivers. Best of luck to you, and we'll see you out on the track.
Indeed. Appreciate it, everybody. Be safe. Have fun.
Thank you. Nice job. All right, so we're back here at Spring Mountain for the World Finals of Radical Cup, and we also have an interview with our other driver, Ben Belander from Chicago, and I'd love to hear from Ben what his impression was with the first time on the Charleston Peak track here at Spring Mountain.
The track was a real roller coaster. I think it was really exciting. I'm really happy that Team Stradale let me come out, help prep the car. Everything went really, really smoothly. But the track was a real challenge to learn. It's a real roller coaster.
So you've been racing at Autobahn, and you've done lapping for many years. But what's the difference here? What is the biggest challenge that you find being at a new circuit and a circuit with elevation change?
I'm a very slow learner. I need a long time to try to come close to mastering anything I try. The biggest challenge for me was trying to accelerate the pace of learning.
But you did a great job of that. So the first day, yesterday in practice, everybody was taking a longer time to get up to speed, and you were about last to mid of the pack. And then today, you just accelerated extremely fast into the first 2 practices and then qualifying. The time is within thousandths from 4th to 3rd place. So tell us about that. It's a big challenge, and you've made a huge leap forward.
Yeah, being able to watch Mikhail and Robert drive has really inspired me to find different lines, find new ways of trying to get faster. I think it's been just tremendously helpful having them around.
So you do cycling as a passion as well. So give us a little bit of insight. How does that help you in preparing for something like this today? Because, cycling is an endurance sport, and it's something that takes great dedication and consistency. Tell us a little bit about how you put yourself in that same mind frame out there in the racetrack.
Yeah, I love cycling. I think with cycling, you have to push yourself to be uncomfortable all the time. And I think that's something that translates right into racing. Cycling, you're also real close to other people. You have real aerodynamic effects that you have to think about very carefully. These are all factors that are very important on a racetrack too.
All right, so what are you looking forward to the rest of the weekend? We have 2 more days left, and you're in 4th place currently in the qualifying. Again, thousands between 4th and 3rd. What's your goal for this race coming up?
Well, first goal is to try as hard as I can, go as fast as I possibly can, get the best result I can, and obviously stay safe and have fun.
Awesome. Thank you. We look forward to it. We'll see you in the rest of the weekend. Awesome. Thank you.